I'm Sarah from Sew Sarah Style, and this is vlog number 2, which means that I managed to get vlog number 1 out, which was an achievement in itself, but here I am. Welcome. I've been sewing up a storm this week and I've managed to get everything made, well, all 3 items made that I talked about in my last vlog. One was pretty much a success. The other one was okay, and the third one was pretty much a disaster. So I'm not sure which one to start with. Actually, it would make sense for me to start with what I'm wearing, which is the middling one. It is the Butterick 4920. If you remember, this is the one that's been cut out in my house for 11 years and really needed to be made up. So that was the first one that I tackled. It is, I'll insert a picture as well, but I will just demonstrate for you how this the front bit works. It's fine, I love the colour, but basically I think rookie mistake. I made it during sewing lessons and it's just the wrong fabric. It says that it needs to be cut out in moderate stretch knits only, jersey and cotton knits. Well, this is a cotton knit, but it's a pretty heavy one. So I think the front kind of doesn't really know where to flap around, which is okay. That's obviously the lining, the facing, which has just been overlocked, which does show for future reference. The main issue I have with it is the fact that when I stand to the side, it kind of looks like I'm wearing a sack of potatoes. So instead of being wonderfully tummy flattering, etc., it's kind of tummy creating. Because it just sits, it doesn't drape very well. I will wear it because actually I do quite like it. I didn't think that I would, but I do quite like it. But I definitely think it needs to be made in a lighter fabric. So will I make it up in a lighter fabric? Possibly, but I do have a huge amount of other patterns in my queue. It's a nice fit. It's not a bad top by any means. So yeah, it's a kind of halfway win, really. The second one, I tell you what, let me just give you the success next, and we'll just save the horror till the end. These are the Pomona pants, which I had made before, so I knew would fit me in this. It's cotton. It's like a cotton linen blend fabric, and I wanted to. I'd seen a picture of some fairly narrow pants with elastic bottoms. So I made the Pomona pants as normal in the tapered view, and then basically just added, so that's 2-inch elastic around the top, added 1.5-inch elastic around the bottom. I added 1 inch to the length of the tapered view of the trousers, just because I knew that I was basically adding quite a bit of elastic to the bottom. So those, I think, as you can see from the picture, fit quite nicely, and I have enjoyed wearing those already, so that's great. What I really like about these is that there's no side seam on these. Basically the front and the back is all in one, so it's brilliant if you've got checks or stripes or anything like that that you're a bit scared of matching up. These would be a fantastic pair of trousers to use for that, because literally with checks especially, you'd only need to basically match the front and the back seam, and the side of it just takes care of itself. So those I was really pleased with. Okay, on to the one that I'm not quite so happy with. McCall's M8240, sorry, I'm looking at it upside down. It is, I think I described it in the last vlog as slightly retro. Well, with the help of the hideous fabric I used, we have gone fully back into the 70s with this nightmare. It's I'll put a picture in so you can see me wearing it. I have actually completed it because I wanted to show it to you completed, but it's not very well made at all. The main issue I have, to be honest, is with the placket. You can see there, I should have known better. It's not finished down there, and when you wear it, it falls open, so you can see the placket, you can see the unfinished placket. The other thing that's awful on it is the fact that when you attach the collar, you sew it on, and then obviously it's just slip stitched around here now. My slip stitching is absolutely shocking, so that hasn't helped. So it just looks really, really untidy around the neck to me. The other issue I have with it is that when I wear it, for me, the placket is way, way, way too low. I mean, it comes kind of down here. So I would need to wear some kind of shirt underneath it, or like a, you know, t-shirt or something underneath it, just to preserve a bit of modesty. I don't think I will be wearing this just for those issues, but it has been useful as a toile. The fabric isn't going to go to waste because I have made some harem pants out of that, but I will talk about that in a little while. I really, really want this to work because, as I said, I wanted to make it into a dress, and I've got a lovely Ponte fabric here from my stash again, which is a lovely, well-behaved, heavy, like a jersey Ponte, which I think will look really nice as a dress version of this. But I need to fix these issues. I've got to shorten the placket and make sure, obviously, that I finish the insides. I will have another go with it because I want to make it work. But if I didn't, then I probably wouldn't bother, to be honest. But I've come this far. I need to continue. The other fabric that I'd actually bought to go with it arrived last week. This is from Minerva Fabrics. I absolutely love it. It's a sweater knit, and it's like an organic print. I need to put, I can't remember what it's called actually. I'll put the details up on the screen, but it's beautiful. It's just a soft sweater knit. It's actually white on the back. It doesn't seem to show through too much when it stretches. So I think if I can, well, I might save that for another project. Let's see. I'm going to make the dress version up in the, in the rope Ponte and see. And if that doesn't work, then I definitely will be abandoning this pattern. So my friend here is modelling beautifully the Assembly Line high cuff sweater, which is another of my favourite patterns. I have a few of them. This is the pattern itself, and there are the line drawings. It's a really unusual mix of woven and ribbing. So what I think, you know, is useful is that it doesn't take a huge amount of fabric at all. If you've got some woven left from another project you're not sure what to do with, just grab yourself a bit of matching ribbing and make one of these. It's a beautifully flattering shape. As you can see, the ribbing goes right the way around the back. It's much wider at the back, but it sits in the small of your back. And as I say, it just gives a really nice shape. Because I had 2 meters of this viscose from Rainbow Fabrics, I decided to make a matching skirt. So it's kind of like could be a dress, could be worn as separates. It just works really nicely as that. Really simple skirt pattern. McCall's 3199, picked up from eBay, and it is just a front and a back, and instead of slits at the side, I have curved the side up just to add a bit of interest and added some elastic around the top. So I really do enjoy wearing that. Actually, it's both together or as separates. It works perfectly well. So I do have a few other plans for this week. So one of them is costume making. Actually, the school are doing a production of Joseph and his Technicolor Dreamcoat, or whatever it's called. And from time to time, they wrote me into helping out with costumes. I'm making Joseph some harem pants from this pattern, which I absolutely love. It's the Butterick 4940, and it's from 1990. How cool is that? MC Hammer pants. I bought this a few years ago when the school did Aladdin and made pants for Aladdin and all his friends. And then we went into lockdown and I made some pants for myself out of it, which here they are. I will put a picture in from this really, it's just a soft drapey jersey, and I put some cuffs on the bottom. So I wore these all the time in lockdown. Comfy, stretchy yoga pants, cannot go wrong. They were perfect. So yes, it's this pattern that I will be using to sew up Joseph some fabulous harem pants in this absolutely gorgeous drapey gold jersey from Pound Fabrics for £3 a metre, believe it or not. It's actually really lovely, heavy quality. So I think this will look great in that pattern. And to be honest, I'm really hoping that there might be a little bit left for me. It would make a gorgeous drapey top of some kind. To be honest, it probably look nice in the pattern that I've made, but I'm not sure that I'd wear it. It might be a bit over the top. So I'm thinking maybe a more subtle top, such as Helen's Closet Lunar Tank would probably look amazing in this. Or I've also got the Sew Me Something, I think it's called the Peas Blossom top, which is a sleeveless top with a little bit of a cowl neck. So hopefully there might just be a little bit left for me. That'd be great. And to go with that, I've got this fabric has literally just arrived from Poundometer, and it's the gold lurex and cream stripe. And the idea is to make what sort of a Tutankhamun style headdress to go with it for Joseph. And I'm not demonstrating it very well, but hopefully you get the idea. And then the Pharaoh himself is usually, because he's the king, he usually comes out sort of dressed as Elvis. So I think I'm going to make a matching cape to go with his Elvis outfit in that gold stripe. The girls who were dancing with the Pharaoh, I've got these amazing, their bodies with Tutankhamun in black and gold on them. And we were looking for something to wear on their heads, so I found this Bobby Dazzler of a fabric, again from Pound Fabrics. I think that was £4.50 a metre. It's got a stretch to it, sort of black on the back, but it's got enough stretch. So to make headdresses, I have used Ruan's Lunchtime Tutorial. I won't sing it just in case it's copyrighted, it should be. And I have my friend here modelling the results of that. It came together like magic. I cannot believe how easy they are to make. So I've got 12 of those to make, so I will get cracking on with those. So my final plan, slightly less gold, but still a little bit wacky, is my entry for Jacket January, which the Northern Soul sisters are running. I'm coming in a little bit late, but I know there's no deadline, which is actually really useful. I've wanted to make the Mont Royal jacket by Atelier Wheat Avril for a while. I think it's Wheat Avril. I'm bringing out all my schoolgirl French for this one. It's a French pattern company, obviously. All the instructions are in French, but they do have the international language of a video. So I'm hoping that will help me put it together. It's quite an unusual looking jacket. It's kind of a cross between, it's like an Isabel Marant jacket meets Star Wars. So it could go one of two ways. But in order to make sure I don't look like an extra from a galaxy far, far away, I'm going to do two things. I'm going to make the epaulettes probably a little bit smaller, and also I'm going to do it in leopard. Don't think there's much leopard in Star Wars, but this is again, it's from my stash. It's it said it was wool. It's not wool at all. It's more of an acrylic, but it's a coating fabric of sorts, and I think that will look quite cool actually in you know, the wrap coat. The alternative I've got to that is this, which is really beautifully soft. Actually, that will make it look a bit more casual. So I don't know whether, if I do a toile, I will do it in this one. But to be honest, I think I'll probably just go for it and make it up in this fabric. So hopefully I'll get cracking with that and manage to get all those made up for you for the next vlog. So I reckon that's given me enough to be going on with this week. I've got the dress to make, the McCall's 8240. I've got to change the placket, fiddle about with that a little bit. Plenty of gold costumes to be making, and also the unusual experimental jacket. So with any luck, I'll have some, if not all of those, ready to show you for the next vlog. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.